Hello everyone. So today is 2025 March 11th. So let's look at what we have for the last week. For the macro part, the UAE's real GDP posted a significant growth of 3.8% during the first 9 months of 2024. So in some real ways, before we have seen the Dubai's GDP is about 5% increase. Now the UAE GDP just came out. So yes, still it's very good, right? So uh yeah, so far so good. So UAE is not only a private sector growth in activity held steady in February, driven by strong demand of output, a survey showed on Wednesday. So the PMI remained at 55 in February. It's much higher than the 50. And in the long run, average is 54.4. This is, I mean, it's maybe the 1 or 2 years, maybe 3 years, the average number. And Emirates NBD has partnered with the Digital Asset Forum to start offering cryptocurrency services. This service is on the LiveX app, which is a subsidiary of the NBD, and also the other subsidiary, WIO, can also purchase the cryptocurrency. I didn't try this LiveX. I will try maybe it's after some time. WIO I have tried. For the WIO, I can only purchase the cryptocurrencies in the bank. I cannot transfer the cryptocurrency into the bank. So it's kind of isolated system. It's not very decentralized. It's very centralized and controlled. Dubai has retained its position as the world's leading destination for greenfield foreign direct investment. There's some numbers. In the 2024, Emirates attracted 1,117 greenfield FDI projects valued at over 52 billion dirham. It's a 33% increase from 2023. So just recently, Dubai's chef Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid has chaired a meeting in Abu Dhabi. It's about the national investment strategy for the next 6 years. The target is to increase the annual foreign investment inflow from the 112 billion in 2023 to double it to the 240 billion by 2031. There's how many years? 8 years. 8 years remaining. They want to double it. It should be like 20%, 10% year, 10% increase, right? 10% increase every year. So grew the UAE's total foreign investment stock from the 800 billion dirham to the 2.2 trillion dirham over the coming years. This is the total foreign investment stock. So it's a tough task. It cannot only be control with the inside control, internal control, but have to be some external factors to influence. For example, the global wars, it's not good thing, but this will be a very good factor to give them some growth, to give you some growth. UAE continue to develop its economy to expand the global markets to attract investments and create the most business-friendly environment in the world. So you can come here for the business because it's business-friendly. And also you got some money, you are rich, you can come here for some peace. Okay, so this one is about the Ras Al Khaimah. They have issued some new debt, senior unsecured SUK at a profit rate of 5.01%. It's 10 years, mature period. The rating is pretty good. It's A rating from the SP, and from the Fitch it's A+. So it's how much money? It's $1 billion. So we know the UAE is going to a contraction period in the coming few years. So the government, they have reserve some amounts. For example, they issuing some government debts and to use that money in the coming few years to increase the government spending and to stable the overall economy. Okay, so the next one is about the GCC. The Saudi Arabia's Aramco posted a 12% decline in the 2024 fiscal years. The net profit due to the low price and the sales impacting revenue. We have seen the oil price has been dropping. So where is the oil? Yeah, here is the oil. In the last 2 days, I think the price, both the Brent and Texas, West Texas, they're both below the 70. I think for the Brent, it reached reduced to the 69. I think I've seen the figure this morning. Yeah. Okay, so it's because we know the oil price increase influence the GCC's economy a lot. So specifically influence the companies like Aramco. We call it a 12% decline. So yeah, so in the coming few years, so this decline probably will be continue like every year this 12% decline. So for the Saudis, they will experience some hard time in the short future. Just inshallah, which I think is flat. Okay, China and the Middle East. So in the last week, very interesting. Like National People's Congress kick off in Beijing, and they returned the 5% economic growth goal for 2025. This is unbelievable. Okay, let's look at the global news. So Japan, they are in a very good time now. They have I think they have deflation period is end. So finally they are going to an inflation period. And in the last week we have seen the China just continued and even worse is the deflation situation. So but Japan is getting out from the deflation. So I think it's good there. For the German bonds, the yields you can see it increase a lot. Because there's just a lot of there's a lot of bonds issuing nowadays. We have seen the bonds issued in the Ras Al Khaimah, in the many Emirates and in the GCC, and also in many European countries. So with such a strong supply, so they have to compete for a better yield. So now it's about 3%. It's the highest. I think it's reached the highest level in the last 2-3 years. In the last maybe more than 5 years, I think. Before that is COVID. It must be much lower. Okay, so the ECB, European Central Bank, they have cut again. To the I think it's to the how much? It's to 2.5%. Is a deposit rate. In the early 2026, it could be go to the 1%. So this echo is recently stock how to say stock fall. Yeah, we can come to this. This is the recent global index weekly performance. So in the last week, okay, so in the first few days, in the first 2 days of this week, I think S&P 500 and Nasdaq they have in the decline, and for the Dubai financial market in the last week, they have 1.6% decline. In this week, it will be the same, even lower. So considering about the lower interest rate in the coming few years, so the money it really has nowhere to go. So the goal is one destination, and the other destination may be the Chinese stock, because in the recent few years, it has been underestimated, undervalued. And India is not a good place because India is still in a decline trend. Also, the Indians overall, the macro situation is not getting better. The local government, the governance efficiency, the governance, I would say the quality is still not very good. But some countries like Japan, I saw that they have recently started to invest some money in the India. So some good return maybe happen with a strong government plan, but for the normal investor, so I don't think there could be any. I think the possibility of good return is very low. Okay, let's look at the specific companies. So in the last week, many good companies like Dubai Taxi Company, Emirates NBD, because Emirates NBD they have distribute some dividend in the last week, so that's why their price got some decrease. Also Techcom, DEWA because its performance is below the expectation, so it's got some decrease in the price. Also the same applies to the Empower because its performance not very good. So all these monopoly companies, they got some influence in this in the recent U.S. financial fluctuation. So, but in the long term, I think UAE stocks still a good investment destination. So that's why in the last week, as it fall, I have increased some more holdings, and I remained my holding on all my stocks. But in the last week, I have increased some more holdings, increased some positions, just because there's no other place to go. If you put money in the bank interest rate is getting lower and lower. But for all these companies, they are very stable. They kind of infrastructure, for example, such as the DEWA, to supply the electricity and water. So basically, it's tied to the overall GDP. So for the GDP, I don't think the Dubai, the UAE, the GDP prospect still at positive 3%, 4% in the coming few years. So for the companies like DEWA, so if all its demand, all its profit will be stable in the coming 3 to 5 years. So I think it's still considering its current dividend rate above 5%, so it's very good investment destination, the UAE stock, especially this infrastructure stock such as DEWA. Okay, let's look at the Salik. So in the last week, Salik proposed a dividend distribution policy. It's 8 fils per share. It's not much. So currently, Salik's dividend rate is about 3%. Also, Phoenix, I think there's a rug happening on Phoenix Group, but they want to deny that. So they have released news that the CEO, co-founder, this guy has increased his stake in the company, purchased how much? 20 million ordinary shares. Didn't mention the percentage. I think this is very small amount. So yeah, it's a very small amount. It's just about 20 million dirham. So currently the company is valued at 6 billion. So this number is about 0.2, 0.3% of the overall shares. It's a very small number. Yeah, shame on them. Okay, so Alpha Dhabi Holding and Mubara investment companies is building a 1 billion portfolio in the global credit opportunities. Okay, and Techcom they also proposed a dividend about 0.08 per share for 2024 second half. So for the whole year, it could be how much? yeah, you can compare it with Paycom and Salik. Currently, Salik is about double the price of Paycom. So for the dividend rate, Paycom is double the of Salik. So Paycom is Paycom is running some industrial park, some free zone in Dubai. The best business plaza is belong to Paycom. So it's very stable business. Their rental rate is about 90%, about 90%. So it's like hot potato, but their price is not very. I think it's not very high so far. I think the price is still some average, how to say, how arbitrage margin. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the UAE property. So Dubai property sales in February sold to 13.8 billion. So even some people they mentioned that Dubai is the price is declined. But so far the market, the transaction still very good. And also I look at the rental market. For the rental market, the price remains still. But for some properties, off-plan properties, I thought some projects, the price has been stable for more than 2 years. So this is so all these are different sense. And also in the last week, some more premium properties is sold out. This sold out very fast. Yeah, and there's some US buyers or investors from India, from China and UK. They're still like very enthusiastic about the properties here. And the Dubai real estate sector recorded 4.7 billion of transaction in last week, including a 90 million office. Yeah, this is in dollar. This is in the last week. This in the February. Let me see. So this number is still good. It's 2.7 billion dirham. 2.7 billion dollars. So it's about 20 billion dirham. It's a very high number. Okay, so maybe this is all for the. In the last week, the crypto they dropped a lot. So I don't care much because I have very small position on the crypto. So yeah, well, so that's it. Okay, thank you much. Bye bye. See you next week.